Hello students, hope you all are fine. Good. Today we will continue our chapter, that is the nature and the classification of economy. So today we will discuss about types of economic systems. So first we know what is a economic system. So an economic system is defined as the sum total of all those devices and institutions through which economic choices are made and scarce resources are used for the purpose of satisfying various human wants. So there are three types. First type is capitalistic economy. It is an economy in which productive resources are owned by private individuals who use these resources to earn profits and in which the state intervention is minimum so that economic activities are mostly unplanned and uncoordinated. So there are some features of capitalistic economy. First is private property. The fundamental feature of a capitalistic economy is that productive forces such as land, factories, mines, machines, and other resources are owned by private individuals. Next, right of inheritance. It is an essential corollary of private ownership. Right of inheritance means that the property owned by an individual can be legally passed on to his legal heirs like sons and daughters. Next is freedom of enterprise and occupation. Freedom of enterprise means that the private enterprise are free to use productive resources for the production of products of their choices, and freedom of enterprise also implies the individuals are free to choose an occupation of their choice. Next, freedom of choice for the consumers. Consumers are free to buy and consume goods and services of their choice. They are free to spend their income on whatever goods and services they prefer to buy. Next is price mechanism. Price mechanism, it is the process through which the prices of goods and services are determined by the market forces of demand and supply. Next is competition. So competition means market rivalry between the participants in the market. Next one is profit motive. It is an integral part of the capitalist economy. Maximization of profits is the sole motive of producers. Next one is self-interest. Each individual is guided by self-interest in his economic activities. For instance, the producer aims to maximization of profits. Now next point is minimum government interference. So there is a least interference by the government in economic activities and in the working of market forces. Now there are some merits and demerits of capitalistic economy. So first we will discuss about merits of capitalistic economy. First is spirit of enterprises. Second, incentive for technological development. Third, efficient use of resources. Fourth, incentive for capital formation. Fifth, new consumer goods. Sixth, flexibility and adaptability. Seventh, automatic working. Eighth, economic freedom. Ninth, increased production and standard of living. And last, 10th, expansion of international trade. And the demerits of a capitalistic economy are: first, inequalities of income and wealth. Second, class struggle. Third, economic instability. Fourth, misallocation of resources. Fifth, wastes of capitalist production. Sixth, emergence of monopoly power. Seventh, neglect of social welfare. Eighth, domination of economic values. Now, we will discuss about second type, that is socialistic economy. It is an economic system may be defined as an economic system in which the means of production are owned by the entire society and operated by the public authority according to a general economic plan for the benefit of the entire community. So there are some features of socialist economy. First one is socialistic ownership of productive resources. So social or collective ownership of productive resources is the most important feature of a socialist economy. Second one is economic planning. It is a planning has replaced the price mechanism in a socialist economy. The central planning authority allocates all the productive resources according to a definite plan in accordance with social and economic goals set by it. Next is social welfare as the motivating force. So it is the chief motivating force behind all economic activities. The motive of social welfare replaces the profit motive of capitalism. Next is economic inequalities. A socialist economy is based on the principle of egalitarianism. It aims at equity in the distribution of income and wealth. Next one is classless society. A socialist economy aims to establishing a classless society. As all the productive resources are owned by the state, the capitalist class simply does not exist. Next is elimination of competition. Since the government has monopoly of production of all the types of goods in a socialist economy, there is no scope of competition and rivalry among different production units. In a socialist economy system, competition is eliminated and a spirit of cooperation and mutual goodwill prevails. Now, there are some merits and demerits of a socialistic economy. First, we will discuss about merits of socialistic economy. First one is better allocation of resources. Second, maximum utilization of resources. Third, elimination of economic instability. Fourth, equitable distribution of income. Fifth, elimination of class struggle. Sixth, provision of social security. Seventh, increase in production efficiency. Eighth, rapid economic growth. And ninth, production of more useful goods. Now, there are some demerits of socialist economy. First one is difficulties involved in rational allocation of resources. Second, loss of efficiency. Third, loss of incentives. Fourth, loss of consumer sovereignty. Fifth, loss of freedom. Sixth, concentration of economic and political power. Seventh, loopholes in the planning process. So student, after seeing this video, go through the chapter, underline the main points and learn it. So thank you and take care.